everything that both teams went through?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of turnover for our team, and that's well noted, much talked about, but also, with the Celtics and just losing Hayward early on in the season, and obviously Kyrie for the playoffs, they've been extremely resilient. I mean, obviously they're well coached with Brad Stevens, but they have a lot of guys that can do a number of things, and guys that have really stepped up. And it's not just one player. It seems like, whether it's been a rookie, whether it's been, Rozier coming in and playing poor, Al Horford's playing out of his mind. It's been a lot of guys, and that's just three of the many. Jaylen Brown too. It's been a lot of guys that have played at a high level. So, in some ways it could be looked at as a surprise, but I just think both teams stepped up to their level of play, and both teams have done that.
Kevin, along those lines, and I'm sure the answer would differ depending on which team you ask, but who's had the more tumultuous year, the more things to get through? You guys with your roster turnover, or them?
Well, that's just expected, I feel like. But it became expected, at least, us being the Cavs and all. But come on, Dave. No, it's tough to say. I mean, I think because of how it started with them, I mean, 2 minutes into their season, they lose an all-star in Gordon Hayward, and a guy that plays the game the right way and has played for Stevens before, goes in there and is going to be a great fit for them. So I think that was obviously tough, and them coming back and playing great from that. And even right after that, I know they lost one game and then won a bunch straight. Then losing Kyrie, their number one option for the playoffs, and then everybody really stepping up. So there's been a lot that's happened throughout the season with us and for them. So both teams have just, like I said, raised their level of play and been through it, but are here now and have to lay it all on the line.
Obviously, this is hypothetical, but and outside of the X's and O's impact it could have, but how would the series differ for you guys if Kyrie was on the court?
I mean, yeah, you have to. It's a lot the same and different from really the last two series we've been in, just because you have guys that dominate the ball but are so devastating with the ball and can make plays for others or score at will. And Kyrie is right up there, if not the most, a guy that is the biggest threat at point guard. I mean, you have guys like you think of Steph as well, but Kyrie is right up there. He seemingly he seems to keep getting better. So that's why he's going to be great in this league for a long time. So that would have definitely changed the series, but that's not taken away from anything they've done. I mean, a number of those guys have stepped up, especially in their backcourt, and Scary Terry has played great for them.
It seemed like Philadelphia's inexperience might have affected them in that series against the Celtics. So how do you think your experience will make this a different outcome?
Yeah, well, it definitely helps. I think not only in round one, but in the games against the Raptors, I mentioned whether it was during or between games or afterwards in press conference that we won in different ways, games 1 through 4. So just having that experience. Bron mentioned the 4 guys that have been here from the 2016 team. That's a lot of experience. Kyle, George Hill, and bringing along the other guys as well will be good for us. So I think we have that to all our advantage. Maybe even a little bit more so than Boston. So we just have to kind of bank on that's going to help us.
With the kind of defense they play, do you think that the physicality is going to more mirror what Indiana did than what Toronto did?
Definitely. I mean, they've played very physical in the playoffs, and I think that's definitely helped them. And for a team with younger guys, I mean, that's speaking of experience, I think been great for them, and they've really not only picked up their level of play on the offensive end, but defensively they've done a great job.
Rodney said some of the guys laughed when he apologized. There was a sentiment of, hey, we've been through so much, like this
Right.
is not a distraction. How do you receive it?
Kind of pretty much the same way, because I was that guy before. So, I just, listen, not even that it's a second chance, but things like that happen in the course of a season. I mean, I've only known Rodney for a short period of time, but I know he's a great guy. I know he's here to win. Was that a great decision? Maybe not, but he came in today, said he's all in, and we believe him. That's why we were able to laugh it off, and he came in and had a great practice today.
Could that make him hungrier to do better in this next series?
Sure, absolutely. And if anything, I mean, we're extended family, but he has a new member to his family, or two.
Yeah.
Sorry, and that's even more incentive. Having twins. So, no, I think he's definitely hungry and ready to play.
After 4 years of carnival rides here, why do you think it's always something with this team, with this franchise?
You guys, no. I don't know. It's just probably. I don't want this to be like surface level, but probably because we have LeBron, most likely. I mean, it just seems to. And I think, it's funny. You look at teams that have won. I mean, you look at Golden State or some of the best teams in the league. Like I imagine they have stuff too. I don't know who I was talking to, but I imagine that a lot of the teams in the league have stuff that doesn't come to surface, and we don't find out about it. It just so happens that and kind of since Bron came back here, that has been the case, and it just tends to follow us, good or bad. But we've always came out the other end in a very positive way.
You could say the Celtics stuff, that losing Hayward gave Tatum a chance to play early and get experience, and losing Kyrie gave him Rozier.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything good to come from all the nonsense that you guys go through? Like, did it make you stronger? Does it make you not crack under pressure because you have all these up and down moments, like on and off the court? Like, what is there good to glean from?
I tell Jason all the time. I said the rights to my book are going to be a lot. It's going to be, pretty high. I don't know. I think there is always I don't even know if it's a cliche, but we've always said we thrive under the chaos. And that's just always been the case. It's always been something new and fresh, so I guess it's entertaining. But I think that sense of, maybe camaraderie is the wrong word, but togetherness or being familiar with one another just becomes that much more tight-knit at the end of the day. So maybe some things are worse than others, some things are better than others, some things get blown out of proportion. But in some way, when we cross the lines, we're able to go to work.
Hey, Kevin, what coach or what person has been the most influential in your career?
In my career, I would say probably, early on, my dad, but at a professional level, I think the first guy to really believe in me was probably Kevin McHale.
And what did you learn from your dad?
My father, he put the ball in my hands and taught me a lot of what to do and what not to do early on. And he played in the league, so he had a lot of the nuances and skill, and was able to shoot it from the outside at 6'9". So I learned a lot from him.
Kevin, going back to the 2015 series, you guys have played historically well in Boston. What do you attribute that to?
I think just Boston's a great place to play. We've had win or lose, we've had a good time playing there. We know that the crowd's going to be into it, and it's going to be a really tough environment. So we've just been able to have success, not only because of our talent, but because we play extremely hard there. And there's been a heightened level of expectation always when you play one of the historic best teams in the league, but they've always been very good as well.
You talk about the young guys, but it seems like Albert is really on display from a year ago.
Yeah.
Just you guys have so much experience against him in the postseason, but just for what he's done with Boston, how can you limit him, I guess, and also on the offensive end take over for defense?
I think just force him into tough situations. I mean, he's such an efficient player. On the offensive end, he not only looks to score and gets a lot of easy buckets in their system, but he's a guy that, especially this year, been able to step up and hit big shots, make big plays, and he's not only looking to score. He's a big time facilitator. Guards the other team's best big, or in some cases best player, and you got to give a lot of praise to him. The guy plays extremely hard on both ends.